right, what's going on, everybody? So today is Tuesday. Mikey got the Crate Lake model wash yesterday. We've got just a handful of things left to do to George's car. The door bars and stuff came from Hughes. So we're going to stick his shocks and springs and stuff on. And then he should be pretty close to ready to go. We've got the late model stripped apart. We're just there. I don't know. There's something wrong with it. So we're going to send the shocks off and make sure that they're all sound and everything. But while we're waiting on that stuff to come back in, we're going to race the UMP Modified. Mikey and I are super excited. I don't know that the family's very excited. They're kind of big-time Crate Lake model fans. I don't think they really care about the Modified as much anymore. But we love the Modified. We love racing the Modified. So we're going to race this thing at Fairbury. This weekend, Mars event pays $2,000 to win Friday night, $3,000 to win Saturday night, grand total of $5,000. So hopefully we can just do good there. We've been there 3 times now. Made the show the first time we ever went with ease. Had a great time. Past 2 times we've been there, it's whipped us. So hopefully we can make it. Hopefully we can make the show this go round. So yeah, that's the latest here. We're gonna wash the toter and everything today and start loading up, gearing our trailer back towards modified racing because it's been like strictly Crate Lake model stuff. So we're gonna load a bunch of our mod stuff up, and then that should be it. But anyways, yeah.
What's going on?
Hanging around.
Rock, you ain't going with them?
No, sir.
You ain't making that trip?
No, sir. Like I told Chase, man, I don't mind going, but 3 weeks, that's a long time.
That's a long journey, ain't it?
I got things I have to attend to.
I understand.
And I'm old.
I'm in the same boat, Rock.
They don't want an old grumpy sucker with them.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. They may miss you, Rock.
Oh, they will.
Yeah, I know. So what's going on, Chase? I don't know what you videoed and what you ain't.
Man, I haven't videoed anything. I know that surprises you.
Oh my goodness. What are we gonna do? Rock, you believe that?
Regardless, well, I did video yesterday.
He just told
Yeah. So he said he videoed for like 4 minutes yesterday talking. I'm sure he was doing a lot of this and talking.
George's car.
Yeah.
I showed what we was doing, everything.
Battery was dead.
I go to turn it off and it was never on.
Yeah.
So,
Oh well.
that's a rookie
First
mistake.
thing most people check
Yeah.
when they pick the
Well,
camera up.
it was red, but it had some juice to it.
Yeah.
That just shows how long-winded I got. I was trying to
Yeah.
keep the channel in place.
So you got George finished up?
George is finished.
Is he loaded and gone, or you just moved him to another
He's
location?
in storage now.
He's moved
in
out of the
storage.
workshop to the storage facility.
Yeah,
Huh?
he's in the storage.
Okay. So let's address something. I had a couple comments about us not putting the victory lane pictures, interview, whatever, at the track from this past weekend.
Oh, we're poor sports. Yeah, we didn't win, so we didn't. Yeah, that's what happened.
That's kind of the way people are trying to make it, but
Yeah, that's what happened.
So what had happened was my buddy Johnny Brady.
Shady Brady.
Everybody knows Johnny loves to party. He had his party wagon set up on the back straightaway, and they had their boom boom system hooked up, and I'm talking about they were blaring boom 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 all
What's
the music.
that? Luke Bryan, Shake It For Me.
Yeah.
That was playing while I was doing my interview or something like
Yeah.
that. It was either Luke
It was
Bryan
loud.
or Jason Aldean.
But that's all you can hear. So we did record all of it, but you can't hear any of it because the music's in the background. And unfortunately, YouTube will demonetize you for having music playing in the background. They will take our money from that particular video, and at that point, what's the use? So I had a choice of either leaving it in where people could see that we tried to record, and you still wouldn't have been able to hear anything because it's nothing but music playing, or cut it out. And that's what I chose to do. I was going to do a voiceover and try to, that probably would have been comical, but I did run out of time. Yeah, I should have. But anyway, that's what happened there. There was also a comment about, I cut out some of our bleacher talk. Me and Adrian was up in the bleacher because, people will say we're track bashing or whatever. But the bottom line is, it was after midnight. They only ran 5 feature races Saturday night, and each one took over an hour. It seemed like the street stocks, I think, took 30 minutes, but the rest of them took close to an hour or over an hour by the time they got them all done. And we were just like, the bleachers cleared out, and that's what we were commenting on up in, me and Adrian was talking about, everybody left. Like the hot shots came out, and nothing against the hot shots, but when they rolled over the hill, I swear to you, there was people all around us that said, I thought the crates were running, I'm gone. Like the mosquitoes were eating us up. It was after midnight, and they left. And then it took 50 minutes, like 46, 50 minutes to race them. And then they did 2 classes of driver interviews on the front straightaway where they gave out the trophies. Yes, everybody's entitled to get their trophies and their pictures on the front straightaway, but we had been waiting in staging for over an hour. And like I said, I didn't leave that in because I didn't want to come across as track bashing, because I'm not. That's just racing in the South. That's one thing that we talked about. We go up north and, man, it's bam, 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 and they get you in and out. And down south, I mean, I guess there's other situations that happen that are out of their control, and it just turns into a long night. But it's hard to get people to the races because they always ask, when's Chase going to race? And, I don't know. Whenever, I don't know.
If we're lucky, before midnight.
Yeah, on a good night before midnight. But anyhow, all that behind us, I just hung up with Ted.
How's my Uncle Ted?
Not good. Ted is, I don't want to say mad. He's mad with the response for. So Ted and Shannon live in Appling, Georgia, which is just outside of Augusta, Georgia, and they took a direct hit from what essentially was a Category 2 hurricane by the time it got to them. And them being that far north in Georgia, they had never seen nothing like that in all the years that they've lived there. And it popped down a lot of trees and a lot of power lines, and really, there's people way worse off than them, and Ted will be the first to tell you that. That's what he'll complain a little bit, and then he'll say, but man, we're way better off than a lot of people. And I can relate to that. Rocky can relate because we've all been down that road living in a hurricane area. But Ted is really upset because he has seen no county, no state, no anything. And initially they thought that the county or the state had come in and cleared the roads near them. Ted went straight out and started working on his property, cutting trees and stuff on his own. You know how Ted is. He ain't gonna sit still. So he got him a chainsaw and just went and started cutting. And it's a mess. And then, so when they get out to the roads and it's like a pig trail kind of, just makeshift where you can get through there. And he thought the county had come through. Well, the more he's talked to the UPS driver and the local neighbors, this is a week out now. They're starting to realize that the neighborhood is who did that. So Ted said he was cutting in his yard there, chainsawing, and one of his neighbors come to him and said, hey, Mr. So-and-so that lives a mile down from us, he crawled out of his driveway. So he lives a mile from Ted, but when you go down his driveway, he lives a mile down his driveway. So he had a mile worth of trees down his driveway. And it's an older fella in his 60s, no offense, Rock, but older fella in his 60s, Ted said, wife and grandkid. And they've been this long with no food, no water. Nobody's even checked to see if and no way to get out. So this man climbed. He finally was like, hey, they're not coming. Nobody's checking.
I got to do something.
So he climbs over a mile's worth of nothing but trees down, finds Ted's other neighbor and says, hey, we need help, you know. So Ted and the other neighbors go and they spend the whole day cutting just to get in there to make it where this guy can get in and out, or that people can get supplies back to him. So, and you know, that's just one story. That's a mile down the road from Ted. There's a lot of stuff like that going on. And this ain't politics. Ted is just angry that there has been they ain't even checked on. They ain't even made sure that Ted and his family made it through. And then, you know, what little bit of phone service they get late at night, and they turn on Facebook or whatever, and they see these politicians in the cities that are bringing in generators and saying that we need to take care of these people first. It's really got his blood boiling. Like he's angry. You know, he was fired up, and he was like, how's it going down there? And I was like, I just got quiet. I said, a lot better than it's going up there. I ain't complaining about nothing, Bo. And you know, anyway, prayers to all. There's a lot more than just Ted. That's just Ted's, you know, him venting to me, and he may get mad that I even said anything, but that's one story out of just thousands or millions, possibly, you know, hundreds of thousands. There's a lot of people that are in a bad way right now in some form. So be thankful for what you got. You take advantage. You forget how convenient it is to walk up and turn a switch on.
Turn it switch on.
Yeah, the highlight of his day is he landed a generator yesterday that's quiet, and he said, I paid a fortune for it. You know, had to go buy it, which, hey, he's not looking for a handout, but when you turn the news on and the government is handing out to people that they say he's going to have power in a week anyway, and they're telling Ted it's going to be 3 more weeks. He went and bought a generator that costs a lot of money, but it's quiet, and that's the highlight of it. He said that's his positive. But hey, I got a generator that's quiet. So, and right now he's working on trying to figure out how to wire it to his house, and you know, it's a whole nother thing. I'm like, Ted, you got to be careful because you don't want to backfeed the power lines, and there's a lot, you know, there's things there to that, but, and I don't know. I don't envy him for sure. I told him I wish he would have let me bring stuff up there, but I got to take his word for it that he's got what he needs, and he told me he does. He said, I promise you we got everything we need. And, you know, he's worried about other people more than himself. So.
I saw a story on the news where a fella hiked from his house because he'd got trapped. He hiked all day out of the woods to go and walk his daughter down the aisle.
Really?
I said,
wow. That's, yeah.
But you know, you never know what other folks.
You know, I didn't ask, but I do know Ted and Shannon's daughter is getting married here in just a couple months. And I know they had a venue booked, and I know, and man, I'm telling you, this place has been
devastated.
It's devastated for sure. And like Ted said, there's places way worse off, but I didn't even want to say, man, how did the campground make through? How did the venue, you know, I'm just curious, but I don't want to add more stress to things. And
it's tough.
Yeah. So anyway, that's that on that. Then that's, like I said, that's in Georgia. I know our friends and family in Florida got hit hard, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, you know, and it just goes on around. So yeah, just thoughts and prayers for everybody for sure. So, and we're traveling, huh? Where are we going?
Yeah, we're going to Fairbury.
Fairbury.
Fine.
Yeah, we'll get it. All right. Well, I reckon we'll check back in later. What's going on, everybody? It is Thursday morning, October the 3rd. We are about to leave to go to Fairbury. We do not race tonight. It's about a 12-hour drive, so probably about a 13-hour drive. You know, you can always add an hour or two by the time you're riding in these motorhomes and stopping for fuel. So it's showing it's a 12-hour drive to Fairbury. Chase and Mikey left this morning early. Rocky's not making this trip. He had other things going on, so he couldn't make it. The main reason, it wasn't about this trip, it was the boys are staying out on the road. So Rocky couldn't be gone for 3 or 4 weeks or whatever they're planning on doing, so he decided not to go. We're not racing tonight. We are racing Friday, Saturday night at Fairbury. It's a Mars series event. Should be some hot dogs there, so it ought to be interesting. I'll get back with y'all in a minute. Let me grab this phone. All right, y'all. So like I was saying, filling up with fresh water, fixing to feed and water the chickens, freshen them up, and we fixing to head out, and we're gonna be racing Friday and Saturday night at Fairbury. Very excited about that. Love that little place. Matt Curl always does a great job hosting races there, so we're really looking forward to it. So here we go. About to roll out. See y'all at Fairbury. Later.
What we doing, folks?
We are riding through cornfields.
Where are we going?
Fairbury.
That's cool.
Yep. We are 49 minutes away, 43 miles.
Yeah.
But fun fact, we are driving through Farmer City to get to Fairbury
Why don't we go to Farmer City?
because they're not racing.
What?
That I know of. They may be. I don't know.
What?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So we're an hour away. Is that right?
About an hour, yeah, roughly.
So it's been a little rough, don't you think,
Oh,
Mama
man.
Squirrel?
Not at all.
I'm tired because we slept at a truck rest area last night right on the side of the highway, and I just knew I was going to get the best night's sleep ever. It was terrible. Never do that again. It was steady herd trucks and stuff going by. Sounded like we were going to get run over. It sounded like we were broke down in the middle of the interstate.
It
Yeah.
sounded like we were broke down in the middle of the train tracks.
Yeah,
is
it
what
was
thought-
terrible.
what it sounded like.
Terrible.
I'm the only one who slept through that. I'm a hard sleeper, so
Yeah,
I
it's
slept
hard
through.
sleep.
You are. I'm glad. I'm glad you did.
Yeah. Well, we'll see y'all next time.
Later.
Can I get it?
Get it.
And now you?
So we have arrived. We are at Fairbury in Fairbury, Illinois, home of the Prairie Dirt Classic. Ruby, what exactly are you doing?
Pump carbon.
Pumpkin carving. Looks like you got her attention. No.
She loves
No,
pumpkin.
it's a laxative. Yeah, don't do that.
She's eating the seeds that I dropped.
Yep. Don't let her do that. Seriously, don't give that to her. Last time you did, she had an accident.
What day was that exactly on? I gave it to her last Sunday. So
That's gonna be when that happened.
that was on a Saturday.
Either way. All right. When did she have an accident? You remember what night it was?
Last Thursday or Friday,
It was on a Sunday.
maybe it was just days blur together when we ain't racing. I don't know, but it's definitely that.
Told you it wasn't me.
Anyway, let's go find
It's a
Mom.
bad look right here.
What's bad luck?
A bad look. Having a collar.
Her walking her collar around. What's happening, Mike?
No, not much.
How you doing?
Good, real good.
All right. So let's go see what's going on down here.
Hey.
What's up?
So we got to stop
Ooh, it
at
smells
Country
good.
Pleasing on the way up because we came up through Florence. So I have my favorite, my pinwheels, my seasoned chicken thighs. But I want to share something with you guys because we are looking for a sponsorship from these folks, and they have reached out and we just have not connected. And I want y'all to be able to experience what we eat and what we're cooking. They have a website, countrypleasing.com. So I've added a 6-pack of sausage. My favorite are going to be the 3 cheese and the jalapeno cheddar. So I've added it to my cart. Here at the bottom, it says, "How did you hear about us?" I want you to put in that box Chase Holland Racing when you try some of this good stuff from Country Pleasing in Florence, Mississippi. Tell them we sent you.
Honey approved. Look at that, man. I wish y'all could smell it.
Well, it's almost done. That's the other thing about this is it's super quick,
Yeah.
super easy, super clean.
Yeah. Good
And
stuff.
y'all, the chicken is, oh, it's so good.
Already seasoned. You didn't have
It
to
is.
season that.
I did not. And that's the other thing about the sausage. We love bringing sausage to the dirt track because it's quick and easy for me to grill for after the races. They can throw it on a bun or you can eat it without the bread. It's great.
Yeah.
And why not support a small local business other than your Walmart?
Yeah.
We would
Right on.
prefer that any day of the week.
So we did stop at another place on the way up before we went to this place, and it's
Oh.
even closer to home. And I bought me a couple hats right there. So Blackjack Ranch, and they are locally owned to us.
Very great.
Yeah.
Great family. They pour back into our community. They are a small, thriving business. I'm not going to tell you what they own, but the Carter family are amazing people.
Yeah. So another great local small business. I don't know if they got anything available online. They may offer
Well,
the same kind of stuff,
It's
but
possible.
it's all beef, and they are very good stuff. Very good product.
Absolutely.
Or that's how we clean our griddle around here.
That's not my griddle. That's
That
not
ain't
mine.
in your kitchen.
That's not my kitchen.
Okay.
I'm not eating off of that.
Our dog would be like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what has happened here. We've lost control.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Blackjack
Chase
Ranch, Country Pleasing Meat Packers. I'll try to throw up the website or the link or whatever.
Yes, absolutely. And
So-
we're carving pumpkins.
Yeah.
Dad,
Oh,
get
you
all
did
the
good.
seeds off?
Yeah, you did good.
You did a really good job.
All right.
You can go.
Racing will start soon. It's a regular night. Every other time we've been here, it's been a big show, which it is kind of a big show. It's the Mars Series running the UMPs. So we only have the modified here. They are running crate cars, but it's a different kind of crate than what we run. They run a different shock package and a different tire. So that's why we couldn't do it. What exactly do we have here?
I think I bought the wrong piece.
I would say, I think they're going to leak. Those look like they're for cooking on here.
My bad.
Anyway, we ain't mad at you.
I'm gonna make
All
a
right.
mess.
That's it. Honey's still working on the griddle. That is terrible. I shouldn't let her do that, but that ain't mine. It's our neighbors. I'm picking, y'all. I'm picking. It's Chase's.
No discipline.
All right. Later. Honey, I don't think you're supposed to be doing that. That old tail wagging.